Hello, Stock Up fam. It's Larry Jones. Welcome to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Hey, if you're new to this channel, take a minute and hit the subscribe button. Let's dive right into what happened to Workhorse and Apple today. All right, so if I ever saw a poster example for buy the rumor, sell the news, it was today. Let's get right into it, good people. You know, it used to be where you would see a stock, right? You're in a stock and you see that it has some good news coming out. You would either hold the positions you have or buy the stock, and then it would run up. The news is good, and then the stock would keep running. Not in this era, not right now. Like this whole quarter, it's just been pump and dump. It really have. So what's happening lately is either the news is not good or the news is a big fat nothing burger. They hype the news up so much, and I might come up missing, but I believe that some of these institutions is doing this. They're toying with the Robin Hooders. They know what to do. They could sell off a stock and cause it to go down. They can buy in, candlestick it up, green candlestick it up, and cause FOMO, fear of missing out. So I mean, good example today. Let's start with Workhorse. Okay, as we know now, no new contract with Workhorse. I know a lot of you have been asking me to do a video on Workhorse. I didn't get into Workhorse personally, though I think it's a good company, because it had too much riding on one contract. Too much. So is Workhorse going to make money? Yes. But there was too much money riding on one contract. But I'm going to show you a direct correlation with Workhorse and Apple. Pretty much buy the rumor, sell the news, right? For those of you that don't know what that means, I tell you what I think it means and what I do with it. I take it, I'm sorry, I'm a little tongue twisted. I take it as buy or double down on the rumor, meaning an event, meaning they have news coming out, this big news, and sell the day before the news. And you might say, that makes no sense. The smart people that do that every time and make those little pops every time will outperform you every time, every year. They'll outperform you because as we've seen in this fourth quarter, second and fourth quarter, this quote unquote good news or big news wind up being nothing 90% of the time lately. And these are the facts. Those of you that follow me, that I shoot you guys with the truth so we can be wiser investors, right? And I personally think a lot of the institutions are behind it, driving the stock price up and driving the stock price down. We call them the whales. Remember what I told you guys about whales. When a whale splashed water, everybody gets wet. So they can move markets, right? And so I want to do this. Let's go to Apple. Apple, had this news about the new phones coming out, right? So we had an announcement last month on the 22nd, and then we have today's announcement, right? And everybody started hyping this up. Oh, the new iPhone, it's going to be. I didn't bite that apple, right? I didn't drink the apple juice. I already have Apple, and it's for long term, but a short term pop, I didn't see it because they kind of gave you half the news before in September, and then they give you half the news now. So it took some of the air out of the balloon. And I did a video on this last month around the 22nd, saying that they're going to give you a 1-2 punch, and it's really not going to just run for the hills. I said you'll get a little bump, right? But now, having said that, I would tell you guys with Workhorse and Apple, after the event, because you have some traders that are out there and some institutions that are event traders. And this is what I want to show you guys. I'm going to show you why it's better. If you're not in already, it's better to wait until after the event and after the stock falls, so you don't buy the news, to actually get into your positions, right? Because as you can see with Workhorse and Apple, the stock price fell, right? Apple actually announced the new iPhone. What happened to the stock price? Nothing. And so the same thing with Workhorse. Workhorse, well, differently with Workhorse. Workhorse didn't get the contract. And I thought it was too much running on it. Some of these price projections by some of these hedge fund managers, they were toying with it. Oh, we're going to set the price target high, and then we're going to set it low, and then we're going to set it high. They're toying with you. They're toying with us. And so, hey, the way to get even is to get smart. And so listen at this, right? So Workhorse, had you bought Workhorse, it's generally a week. And this is another thing I want you guys to know about these companies. It's like they don't give you 6 months and give you a date. They generally tie the date down like within a week, right? And so if you would have bought Workhorse when they announced today's announcement, you could have gotten it for around $24, right? Then if you would have sold it the day before, you could have sold it around $30. That's a 25% pop. And that's what the institutions are doing. 25% for an institution that has millions of shares is a lot of money, right? And so I believe the institutions are toying with us. And so I stayed away from Workhorse because by the time I thought it was worth me getting into, it was already gone. The horse already took off without me on his back, right? And so we don't want to do that. We don't want to have FOMO, fear of missing out. And that's what's causing a lot of us. These are hype stocks. Everybody's Workhorse, they're going to get it. Oh, it's a sure thing. It's a sure thing. They're going to get this contract. And, I told my friend Ron, you guys heard me talk about it. I says, hey, sell it, because I don't believe with all this hype they're going to get it. And even if they did, was it already priced in the stock? See? And then the downside of them not getting it is too much. But I will tell you that generally a week before you could have popped it. And the same thing with Apple. The same thing. You could have gotten Apple at 115 a week prior, right? And then you could have sold it for 124. Let's look at Apple, right? So I'm going to try this without my glasses. So let's look at Apple and see if it is correct, what I'm telling you guys, right? So if you look at Apple right here, and if you go to, let's say, the 7th, a week prior, you could see you could have gotten the stock around 115. And then the day before, you could have popped it around 124, right? Almost 125 the day before, right? And then let's go back to, because there's something I want to show you guys. This is buy the rumor, sell the news. Let's go back to Workhorse, and let's go to a week in Workhorse, right? And so Workhorse, the same thing, right? You could have bought it here, right? Let's say $24, because you wouldn't have got it right at the bottom. And if you would have sold it a day before, you could have popped it here, right? And so that's what I wanted to show you guys, how they're toying with us, right? It's they pump it up, and of course somebody knew that this deal wasn't going through. They're not going to let us know. But for those of you that had the stock at a lower price, this is what you have to consider. If there's bad news and the stock does not run, is the stock price going to drop below my purchase price? If so, it would have been a good thing to sell. I'm saying this because our baby Hyliion did the same thing. There was an opportunity for me to pop and make a lot of money, and I didn't. So, but here's the saving grace of it all. If you buy after the rumor or after the news or after the event and after the sell-off and the stock price goes down, now you hold long. And that's what I'm doing. I have Apple, and I have Apple at about $100, right? 109 is where I think I got Apple at. And I got Hyliion, and today Hyliion is taking a beating. I know this is not what this stock is about, but I'm long. I'm long on Apple. And for those of you that got Workhorse and it did not go down beneath your purchase price, I'm going to tell you to go long on Workhorse. I think it's still a good company. But if you wanted to make a quick pop, for those of you that are day traders, right? I day trade and I long-term invest. Then you missed the pop. So remember, buy the rumor, sell the news. When they make the announcement of the event or the announcement, that's when if you haven't bought in, that's the time to buy in. If you have positions, that's the time to hold or double down if you can afford it. But to limit your risk, sell that puppy a day before, right? And if a day before is a Monday and a day before is a Saturday, then sell that puppy on a Friday and don't let that weekend go. If you would have done this principle on everything, you would have missed out on 25% of the money, but you would have made 75% of the money in this last half. Just look at all of the stock based on this news and the rumors and this and that. So and here's the thing, the stock always runs up on the rumor. It always run up on the rumor. And so even if you continued all this year and made money on the rumors and sold the news, you would have made money. Meaning that soon as they announce the event, you double down or you hold the stock or you just buy in and you sell before the actual announcement or event, you make money every time. And it's difficult. You got FOMO. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to compare this to, let's say, this is a dance and there's not so attractive girl. I don't want to say ugly girl because that's not politically correct. So not so attractive, overweight girl at the party, right? And some of you guys thought, you know what? I'm going to get in there and I'm going to make my move and I'm going to hit it and quit it. One night stand. That's what you wanted to do, right? But she was smart. She was like, oh yeah. I'm the best. I am the best. I'm gonna rock your world. I'm gonna rock your world. And you like, oh boy. She said, take me to the best dinner. And you take her to the best dinner. And then you get her home. She goes, I got a headache. And you go, but I'm pumped. I'm ready, right? Fear of missing out. Then you go, you know what? Forget you. I don't need to talk to you no more. And then you see her 6 months later, but she's been working out at the gym. I mean, she's looking good. She's made up. She got that banging body. And I know this is weird. But then you turn around and you look at her and you go, dang, you look nice. I should have stuck with you. Here's where we are with Hyliion and Apple. These are two good companies, more so Apple long term. Apple has a proven track record. But I believe Workhorse, I'm sorry, I think I said Hyliion, but Workhorse and Apple. Workhorse is a good company and you'll make money long term. Apple is a good company. You'll make money long term. So what I'm telling you right now, they look like the unattractive girl. Stick with them. They're getting that revenge body back. And you guys are going to be sad when you see them months from now. All right. Hey, this is your boy, Uncle Larry again. Thank you for watching Stock Up with Larry Jones. As you can see, I'm not in my normal studio, but I will be back probably by the next video. So do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.